The Nature of Personal Reality, a Seth book, by Jane Roberts, read by Martin John. Session 618, September 28, 1972, 9:45 p.m., Thursday. Good evening, and we will resume dictation. Give us a moment.
Core beliefs are those about which you build your life. You are consciously aware of these, though often you do not focus your attention upon them. They become invisible, therefore, unless you become aware of the contents of your conscious mind. To become acquainted with your own ideas and beliefs, you must walk among them, symbolically speaking, without blinders. You must look through the structures that you have yourself created, the organized ideas upon which you have grouped your experience. To see clearly into your own mind, you must first of all unstructure your thoughts. Follow them without judging them, without comparing them to the framework of your own beliefs. Structured beliefs collect and hold your experience, packaging it, so to speak. And so, when you look at a given experience that seems like another, you put it into the same structured package, often without examination. Such beliefs can hold surprises. When you lift up the cover of one, you may find that it has served to hide valuable information that did not belong there. An artificial grouping of ideas, like paper flowers, can be collected about a standard core belief. A core belief, because of its intensity and because of your habits, will often tend to attract to itself others of like nature. They will hang on. If you are not accustomed to examine your own mind, then you can allow separate growths of this kind to form about a belief until you cannot distinguish one from the other. This can develop to such an extent that all of your experience is seen only in relationship to this idea growth. That's idea/growth. Data that seemed unrelated to this core belief is then not assimilated but thrown into the corners of your mind, unused, and you are denied the value of the information. Separate portions of your mind can contain such chambers of inactive material. This information will not be a part of the organized structure of your usual thoughts. Though the data is consciously available, you can be relatively blind to it. Usually, when you look into your conscious mind, you do so for a particular reason, to find some information. But if you have schooled yourself to believe that such data is not consciously available, then it will not occur to you to find it in your conscious mind. If furthermore your conscious data is strongly organized about a core belief, then this will automatically make you blind to experience that is not collected with it. A core belief is invisible only when you think of it as a fact of life and not as a belief about life. Only when you identify with it so completely that you automatically focus your perceptions along that specific line. For example, here's a seemingly very innocent core belief. I am a responsible parent. Now, on the surface, there is nothing wrong with that belief. If you hold to it and do not examine it, however, you may find that the word responsible is quite loaded and collects other ideas that are equally unexamined by you. What is your idea of being responsible? According to your answer, you can discover whether the core belief works to your advantage or not. If responsible means I must be a parent 24 hours a day to the exclusion of everything else, then you may be in difficulty. For that core belief might prevent you from using other abilities that exist quite apart from your parenthood. You may begin to perceive all physical data through the eyes of that core belief alone. You will not look upon physical reality with the wonder of a child anymore, or with the unstructured curiosity of an individual, but always through parental eyes. Thus you will close yourself off from
much of
physical experience. Now, telepathically, you will also attract unconscious data that fits into this rigid pattern, according to the strength and stubbornness of this idea and whether or not you are willing to deal with it. You may narrow your life still further, all information of any kind finally becoming relatively invisible to you, unless it touches upon your parental reality. The core belief just given is
of
one kind. You hold some basic assumptions that are also core beliefs. To you, they seem to be definitions. They are so a part of you that you take them for granted. Your idea of time is one. You may enjoy manipulating thoughts of time in your mind. You may find yourself thinking that time is basically different from your experience of it. But fundamentally, you believe that you exist in the hours and the years, that the weeks come at you one at a time, that you are caught in the onrush of the seasons. Naturally, your physical experience reinforces this belief. You structure your perception, therefore, in terms of the lapses that seem to happen between events. This in itself forces you to concentrate your attention in one direction only, and discourages you from perceiving the events in your life in other fashions. You may occasionally employ the association of ideas, one thought leading easily to another. When you do this, you often perceive new insights. As events fall apart from time continually in your mind, they seem to take on fresh vitality. You have unstructured them, you see, from the usual organization. As you apprehend them through association, you come quite close to examining the contents of your mind in a free fashion. But if you drop time concept and then view the conscious content of your mind through other core ideas, you are still structuring. I'm not saying that you should never
organize
those contents. I'm saying that you must become aware of your own structures. Build them up or tear them down. But do not allow yourself to become blind to the furniture of your own mind. You can stub your toe as easily on a misplaced idea as you can upon an old chair. It will help you, in fact, if you think of your own beliefs as furniture that can be rearranged, changed, renewed, completely discarded, or replaced. Your ideas are yours. They should not control you. It's up to you to accept those that you choose to accept. Imagine yourself then rearranging this furniture. Images of particular pieces will come clearly to you. Ask yourself what ideas these pieces represent. See how well the tables fit together. Open up the drawers inside. There will be no mystery. You know what your own beliefs are. You will see the groupings, but it's up to you to look inside your own mind and to use the images in your own way. Throw out ideas that do not suit you. If you read this, find such an idea in yourself and then say, I cannot throw this idea away, then you must realize that your inner remark is in itself a belief. You can indeed throw the idea away, the second one, as easily as the first. You are not powerless before ideas. Using this analogy, you will certainly find some furniture that you do not accept. Do not simply look in the center of your inner room of consciousness and make sure that you're on guard against the certain invisibility that was mentioned earlier, where an idea, quite available, appears to be a part of reality instead. The structuring of beliefs is done in a highly characteristic yet individual manner. So you will find patterns that exist between various groupings, and one can lead you to another. The idea of being the responsible parent, for example, may lead quite easily to other psychic structures involving responsibility, so that data is accepted on its own value. You may even think that it is wrong to view any situation except through your parental status. The belief in guilt, therefore, would be a cementing structure that would hold together other similar core beliefs and add to their strength. You must understand that these are not simply dead ideas, like debris within your mind. They are psychic matter. In a sense, then, they are alive. They group themselves like cells, protecting their own validity and identity. You feed them, figuratively speaking, with like ideas. When you examine one such belief, then you obviously threaten the integrity of the structure. And so there are ways of inserting new support, so to speak, methods to tide you over. The whole core belief need not fall down upon you as you examine its basis.
Session 619, October 9, 1972, 9:06 p.m., Monday. I bid you a good evening. Give us a moment, then.
Imagination
Also
plays an important part in your subjective life,
as
it gives mobility to your beliefs. It is one of the motivating agencies that helps transform your beliefs into physical experience. It is vital, therefore, that you understand the interrelationship between ideas and imagination. In order to dislodge unsuitable beliefs and establish new ones, you must learn to use your imagination to move concepts in and out of your mind. The proper use of imagination can then propel ideas in the direction you desire. End of chapter 3. Peace, light, and love. Martin John.